Outstanding focus. I couldn't highlight a guy in a better light to, someone that's directly heard a ton of noise for months and months and months. And it's almost like every day that it's loud, you see extra focus. I'm so proud of him as a professional. Just another reason why I have such a strong human connection with that player.
The guy is hungry for every opportunity, and I think you see his will in the way he runs the ball. Down around the goal line, a lot of times the perfect play doesn't exist, and it's a battle of wills, and he's not a guy that a lot of people want to tackle. Happy for him, as always. He was a big player for us today, and will continue to be such moving forward.
Like that.
How about that, Mike Hill? I love that. That's Mike McDaniel talking about our guest here today. I told you he's one of the fastest men in the NFL. He is Raheem Mostert. Already this year. It's just October. He's already got 9 touchdowns. 5.6 yards per carry. So every time he touches the ball, you're really close to a first down, and you might just get a score the way he's been playing. Raheem, welcome to Brother from Another, man. How you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself? Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate this.
Man, I'm doing great. How does it make you feel when you hear Mike McDaniel say these things about you? And McDaniel, I'm sure, was one of the people who said, we got to get Raheem Mostert on this team from San Francisco to Miami. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I feel good, just because me and him have such a good relationship, both on and off the field, in the meeting rooms as well. So he knows the type of player that he's going to get out of me. And, I know what I'm going to get out of him as a head coach. And, we're just like yin and yang. But at the end of the day, it's a business and stuff like that. And you have to do the right things. And me, I'm all about doing the right things. So for him to even, talk about me the way he does, and I understand that he really truly means it. It just means so much to me, man. And I'm always grateful for him.
And for him to say so much about you on a roster, an offensive roster that has so many great players. I mean, you along with obviously Tyreek Hill, who could be the MVP. Tua could obviously be the MVP as well. Jalen Waddle, and you go and Devin Achane, who is having an unbelievable season before he got hurt as well. What's it like to be a part of one of the most prolific offenses that the NFL has ever seen?
I mean, it's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. A lot of people thought that, we weren't going to be too good. We had like the second hardest schedule in the NFL, but, we didn't really listen to the outside noise. We know what we have in the building. We know what we have on the offensive side of the ball. And, we just go out here and just try to make as many plays as we possibly can to put ourselves in a good situation and just try to make plays. We have a lot of competitors on this offense. Especially at the speed, it's me, Tyreek, and Devon and Waddle. So there's a lot of guys. If we have a 4x1 team in the NFL and we were competing against other teams, we'd definitely be number one. Even with the alternatives, we got Chosen Anderson, we got him. We got Braxton Berrios as well. So there's a lot of different guys that could definitely pick up the pace as well with us. So. We're just out here just trying to have fun and just trying to do some things that we normally don't do or see in the NFL.
Who's running the anchor on that 4x1?
I'm just gonna say, I was gonna ask the same thing, Mike. I was about to ask that.
Yeah, who's gonna run the anchor?
I mean, honestly, you could put anybody, but I'll take the nod on that one. I like to play the anchor role just because I want to finish, and I don't think that. The rest of my teammates will leave me behind for me to pick up the slack because we're all just going to be rolling. So, but you could put anybody, honestly,
Who's the fastest guy, like whether it's high school, college, or pros, who's the fastest guy you've ever played against? Like a defender, you're like, wait a minute, dude, you're not supposed to be like, what are you doing so close? You ain't supposed to be able to catch up with me. Who's the fastest guy you ever played against?
Fastest guy I've ever played against. Now, I will say on another team that was on the offensive side of the ball, it would definitely be Tyreek. But defense, I've yet to see that. But I am curious. I think that Witherspoon over there at Seattle, I heard he was pretty fast. That guy can run. He's a DB. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see how he competes against us if we ever get the opportunity to play them.
I don't think any defender is going to catch any of you guys from behind once you get a head start, bro. I don't think that's going to be the case.
But I mean, if you would have saw what Reek said, he said he was washed up. He got caught from behind, so. I think that he's definitely leading the category on the team for getting caught from behind.
Did y'all clown him?
Oh yeah, we definitely did. Yeah, for sure.
I got to ask you something real quick about the team. You're all saying, I hate to be this guy because you're off to a great 5-2 start. But I'm looking at the schedule, and other people brought this up. The criticism is about, you talk about your schedule. The teams that you beat in the Chargers, the Pats, the Broncos, Giants, and Panthers combined 8-25 record. But when you played the teams with a winning record this season, the Eagles and the Bills, you've been outscored 79-37. Now, you're still 5-2 at the end of the day. But is this something that you guys talk about, concerned about, focused on going forward?
I mean, we always have this mantra of, we got to play the best ball in the best situation. Those teams right there, if you make one mistake, you have to pay for it. And it showed, especially against the Bills, we were battling neck to neck. And then all of a sudden, they got 1 3 and out against us. And, the ties turned. We were going toe to toe with them. They would score, and then we would score, then they would score. And then all of a sudden it was our ball. And, we had a 3 and out. And then that's the critical situation. And then now we're trying to play catch up. So, when you're dealing with these type of games, you gotta hone in on your craft. You gotta be at your best when your best is required, and you gotta step up to the plate. And we're still a young team. We're trying to find that out, and we are finding it the hard way. But at the end of the day, it's just gonna help us towards the end of the year when we have to make these big runs and big plays and big pushes to be number 1 seed, number 2 seed to try to get in that playoff contingency.
Yeah, I just got a couple more questions for you, Raheem, because I know, you and I, guys like you and I, have to get back to weightlifting. That's just what we. That's just what we. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know if you know about it, but that's what Raheem and I. That's just kind of what we do. But you got a game, and I wonder what that experience, what you look forward to in the experience of. It's going to be Chiefs, Dolphins in Frankfurt, Germany. You're going to do that next month. What are your thoughts about playing international football?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. We got to step up into a market where football is not, the favorite sport. But honestly, man, the fans come out. I've seen London games. I've been a part of a London game, and fans from, that area, they come out and they support. So, I mean, it's gonna be fun, man, just to be able to have that type of environment, on a different soil, and just to be able to go over there and get that experience, because there's some things, maybe later on down the line in the next NFL, lifetime, that there's going to be games that's going to be hosted over there on a weekly basis. There might be expansion teams over there, and, who knows? There's going to be, there's unlimited possibilities. So to be able to go over there and to have a good game against the Chiefs, and it's gonna be a good game for sure. Especially with where we're at, both offensively and defensively. It's gonna be right.
I agree, and it's coming sooner rather than later. I mean, like the NFL is pretty intentional about establishing that international market. Now, Raheem, you're here for many reasons, but one of them, you're representing Charmin today. Tell us about Charmin. I can't wait to hear this. Now, I'm very particular. About my paper. So tell us about Charmin.
Well, I'm like you. I'm very particular too, especially being a player. You have to have I'm a creature of habit, and I love the fact that I'm doing this Charmin opportunity, just to be able to go over to Frankfurt with some good Charmin toiletries and stuff like that, and it's like a home away from home. That's the biggest thing for me. I want to be able to go to a place where I don't have to worry about whether it's good quality, bad quality. I know what I'm going to get. out of my own personal self, and you know, just create something that's beneficial for a lot of athletes. You know, when you're dealing with professional athletes, they, like I said, they're creature of habit. So if you can go overseas and get the best nutrition, you know, the right nutrition that you're used to, whether it be shakes, you know, having a little avocado to your eggs. You know, avocado toast is major for a lot of guys in the facility. So to have that opportunity, especially with Charmin, man, it shows that you really have to be on your A game, especially being overseas.
And Mike Hill, I love the details. So how about my favorite detail? Charmin Smooth Tear eliminates the squares. The squares are eliminated. It's just smooth. Yeah. It's just a smooth tear with no squares. Like, it's just the little details that make a big difference.
Got little waves to
Raheem, hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.